Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm bringing you an updated 2024 presidential election prediction between Republican 2016 president and 2020 nominee Donald Trump and President of the United States Joe Biden. So before I get into the video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel so you always get notified when I post a new video for you all to watch. So 2024 election, looking more and more likely that Donald Trump will run in 2024 for his old job back. Joe Biden is certainly hitting a rough patch right now, but he released a statement saying if he is in good health in 2024, he wants to run for re-election. So today, if you ask me, the most likely outcome of 2024 will be Donald Trump going up against Joe Biden for a rematch 4 years later. So with that said, I'm now going to go through the map of the United States electoral map and go through the states I would consider to be safe for both Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I'll start off with the states I think are safe for Donald Trump first. Idaho, I think, would be safe for Trump. Montana and Wyoming, I also think would be safe for Donald Trump. Both North and South Dakota would be safe. Utah would be safe. The state of Nebraska at large, I think, would be safe for now, as was the 1st and 3rd district. 2nd district, I think we're still waiting for it to, the new census map, which will tell us how that district will go. Right now, it's going to be very, very close. Kansas will be safe for Trump. Oklahoma will be safe for Trump. Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana will be safe, as well as West Virginia and South Carolina. They all are within the 15 points or more category for Donald Trump. And also the state of Alaska, even though Alaska is surprisingly close in the presidential level than many may expect, but it will be in the safe column. So Donald Trump gets up to 125 electoral votes safe for him. Joe Biden will now have the state of Washington safe, the state of Oregon safe, and the state of California. Joe Biden will also win the state of Illinois, the District of Columbia, the state of Maryland, the state of Delaware, the state of New Jersey, which almost elected a Republican governor in 2021, but on the presidential level, I still expect it to go safe. The state of New York, the state of Connecticut, the state of Rhode Island, Massachusetts will go safe for Biden, Vermont will go safe for Biden, and Maine's 1st congressional district will go safe for Joe Biden. Joe Biden gets up to 177, Donald Trump 125. Now we have the states that I would consider likely for both candidates. These are states that will be decided between 5% and about 10 or 11 percentage points or so. And in these states, I would include the state of Texas for Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump would win Texas by about somewhere in the 8 to 9% range. I think Biden's approval ratings are certainly going to hurt him in a state like Texas, but nonetheless, Democrats have been making strides in that state. Next up, we have the state of Colorado. Colorado is a state that has been trending more and more to the Democratic side. I think it narrowly avoids going in the safe column here, but still goes to the Democrats by about 9 percentage points or so. So Joe Biden is 187, Donald Trump is 165. Next, I'll put the state of Virginia in the likely column for Joe Biden. Glenn Youngkin did get elected governor in the state of Virginia, but Donald Trump was not the reason why he won. If anything, campaigning apart from Donald Trump is most likely the reason he did win in Virginia. So Donald Trump being on the ticket, I don't think necessarily helps his chances in Virginia, but I do think he'll do better than he did in 2020. Joe Biden up to 200, Donald Trump at 165. Next, the state of Ohio goes in the likely column. Ohio probably by about an 8 to 9 point margin, just barely staying in the likely margin, but Ohio is a state that's been trending more and more Republican, and I expect Donald Trump to perform very well in that state. Just like Ohio, the state of Iowa, I also expect to go in the likely column for Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump is definitely making up ground in a lot of states and definitely solidifying his base in more of the conservative ones. And Iowa, I think, is a state where Trump has not really lost any support, especially in the wake of a lot of approval rating problems for Joe Biden. The state of New Mexico. New Mexico is tough because I could see New Mexico being in likely and the lean category at the same time. And I'm actually, you know what? I think I'm all done for the likely states for now. I'm going to put New Mexico in the lean column. New Mexico is a state that I think will be surprisingly close in 2024 that not many people are going to pay attention to. A lot of the situations happening on the border, I think New Mexico is going to be a state that quietly inches closer for Donald Trump than many expected. And then on election night, it'll kind of be like, whoa, where did this come from? I think New Mexico may have the opportunity to be one of those states. So now, Joe Biden has 205, Donald Trump has 188. I think the state of Florida goes within about 3 percentage points for Donald Trump. I think despite losing in 2020, he was able to gain more support in Florida. And with Joe Biden's approval rating, I don't see why that would not continue in 2024. The state of North Carolina, I also think would go lean for Donald Trump. North Carolina has been very consistent over the last 15 years or so. It has been a swing state. It has been very close, but it has been slightly Republican leaning, and I expect 2024 to look the same. Donald Trump up to 234, Joe Biden at 205. I think the state of New Hampshire, despite everything I said, will still go lean by about 2 to 3 percentage points for Joe Biden. New Hampshire is a state that I just don't think Donald Trump's persona can necessarily win in. I think you could see a Republican win New Hampshire like Chris Sununu, but Donald Trump, with his kind of temperament being the word, I don't think he'll be able to win enough swing voters in New Hampshire to win. But a much closer election than 7 points, I would say, is certainly on the table in 2024. The state of Maine, I would also put Maine at large in the lean column as well. However, Maine's 2nd congressional district, I would put in the lean column for Donald Trump, maybe even the likely column, but I do think Maine, it will be close once again. In 2020, it kind of swung back more towards the Democratic direction for Joe Biden, but I do think Donald Trump will win Maine's 2nd district and keep the state at large a little bit closer than 2020. With that said, Donald Trump is 235, Joe Biden is 211. Still a very, very close electoral map that's anyone's game right now. All the states remaining, I believe if I'm correct, all of these states were won by Joe Biden in 2020 that I am coming up on now. So first things first, Nebraska's 2nd congressional district, I do believe it is getting redistricted to a more conservative-leaning area. So even with that said, I do think Donald Trump will narrowly flip it back. I'm torn between lean or tilt, but I do think it will flip back at the end of the day. The first state to flip will be the state of Wisconsin. I think that Joe Biden was able to win a lot of working-class, blue-collar voters last time in 2020, and I don't think he'll be able to do that in 2024 after 4 years as president and the record that he'll have. I don't think he'll have that much Rust Belt support that he had in 2020 of being President Obama's VP and all the working class accomplishments that he used to campaign on. I don't think that'll be able to apply in 2024, which means Trump will be able to win the state of Wisconsin back. The state of Minnesota, I think Minnesota will be close. I do think Joe Biden will win the state as of now. Minnesota seems to be a state Republicans will target a lot of the time, but still always goes Democrat at the presidential level, and I expect that to continue. So Biden is 221. Trump has 246. Next, we have the state of Pennsylvania, where I think it'll be a flip from 2020. I think Pennsylvania will very narrowly go to Donald Trump's column, getting him up to 265. Pennsylvania was decided by 1.2% in 2020, and again, giving Joe Biden's approval problems right now, I do think that Donald Trump will narrowly be able to flip back the state of Pennsylvania. Not to mention the fracking comments that Joe Biden made in the 3rd and final debate. I do think that if that happened in the first debate, it's very likely that President Trump at the time could have won the state of Pennsylvania. So we'll have to wait and see on that one, but I do think Trump would win the state of Pennsylvania at this time. Donald Trump is at 265, Joe Biden at 221, and the state that I think puts Donald Trump over the edge is the state of Wisconsin. Donald Trump runs the trifecta and flips back 3 Rust Belt states that he won in 2016 and then lost in 2020. I think Trump would win Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania and win them back. Very similar to 2016. I think Wisconsin would have the biggest margin of victory of the 3. Michigan would have the smallest. But nonetheless, Donald Trump would get to 280, making him the next president of the United States again. And the next 3 states of Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia are really, really close. But on the Rust Belt states, I mean, I think we're kind of seeing this trend happening with Joe Biden's approval rating. I've said it many times in this video, but it's certainly the direction it seems it's trending in, is that Joe Biden's really hurting with a lot of Americans right now, especially working class Americans who are seeing their price of gas go up and their price of groceries go up. And if Joe Biden can't get that under control, this map may end up even looking worse than it does now already. But Joe Biden, 221, Donald Trump, 280. We have the states of Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia left. These 3 states are all swing states. Arizona and Georgia voted for Trump in 2016, and Nevada is trending in a more Republican direction. in a really bad night for Joe Biden, he may see all three of these states flip against him. Arizona is tough because it is no fan of Donald Trump, and Joe Biden was narrowly able to flip it. However, I do think after 4 years of Joe Biden, if things stay the way they are, I do think Arizona will very narrowly flip back for Donald Trump. Still a cause for concern for Republicans with that state being so close, but I do think Arizona will narrowly flip back. Georgia, I think 2022 will be a big sign of how big, or if Georgia is still a Republican state and if 2020 was a fluke, or if the Democrats are here to stay in the state of Georgia. I do think Donald Trump will narrowly be able to flip back the state of Georgia, and he will win that state. I also realized I forgot Hawaii. Hawaii will be safe Democrat for Joe Biden. So that's 307 for Donald Trump. Joe Biden has 225. We come to the state of Nevada, and Nevada is a state that has been trending more and more Republican. I think it's kind of waiting for the right moment and the right time to flip back to the Republican side, and I think right now 2024 is that election to happen. Donald Trump will win the state of Nevada, probably by under 1%. That gets him to 313, Joe Biden at 225. I mean, this can't be overshadowed enough. Donald Trump is just in a much better position to run for president in 2024 against President Joe Biden, who is just having a really tough time in the polls right now. And this map, it does look like a blowout, but when you look at how many states are under the 1% margin, this is really not that drastic of a win. When you look at it, it's Donald Trump's 2016 map plus Michigan, or 2016 map, plus Nevada. So it's really not that much of a kind of hard to believe map. It literally has happened before. So I think this map is certainly possible. I think right now this map is what I would expect to happen on Election Day if it were held today. But again, Election Day is still 3 years away. Or coming up on 2 years away, but as of 3 years away, and a lot can change. But right now, I have Donald Trump beating Joe Biden for 2024 in 313 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 225. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel so you can get updates when I post new electoral and election videos for all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.